Soldier Field opened back in 1924 with the Bears becoming tenants in 71, and what a home field advantage it has become here in Chicago. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Chicago Bears. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Emmanuel Ogbah there on the stop.
A 3-yard pickup.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw is Watson. That's caught by Penning. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards there and a first down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw, Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Grant. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now it's Watson. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
23 yards.
And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
10 yards.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
22-yard line.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. To the air yet again. Watson. And they're going to get him. He's sagged back around the 28. The man wreaking havoc there, Gerald McCoy, the D tackle.
6 yards.
They had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Now Gostkowski will come on to try a field goal. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And it's now 3-0 Texans. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
And no return for Erickson out to the 25-yard line. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. This is the receiver turned running back, Cordero Patterson, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Tackled by Emmanuel Mosley.
It's a pickup.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3-3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
The ball carrier.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
On 3rd down, Love. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Number 26, Damian Williams.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Watson, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun, Watson. This complete to Jones. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard stripe. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
33-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit
Sometimes
better.
it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play.
And
that too.
At the 35-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Love from the gun. He's got a man, and that's Alex Erickson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
On first down, it's Patterson, and he'll take this one up close to about the 45.
Number 38, the ball
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Mosley. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score Texans 3, Bears nothing.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous. We ain't jacked. 58's the money. Go 58's the money. You're trapped.
Working out of the gun. Love. He'll get this complete to Erickson. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 29-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down.
At the 29-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. Patterson on the carry. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Patterson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 yards there, first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They run with Patterson, and he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Running back.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And it's caught. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First down and goal to go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Cordero Patterson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. Now Matt Prater for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Makes the score Bears 7, Texans 3. Matt Prater set to kick off.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. Brought in over the middle by Grant. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free.
Right down.
Touchdown, Houston.
Watson's pass.
Jakeem Grant, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have retaken the lead.
Kowski for the extra point.
They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. A quick throw out to Hardman on the perimeter. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And 2.
Now Love. He's got his man. That's Hardman. The 20, 10, and he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Mecole Hardman, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have once again taken the lead. Now Prater to add the PAT. And that makes it 14-10.
Makes the score Bears 14, Texans 10. Matt Prater set to kick off.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fielded in the end zone. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. These 2 teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down while continuing your breakneck pace on offense. I know one thing. The people in the crowd, they're getting their money's worth right now.
And the fantasy owners like it.
Oh, without a doubt. They're just tallying them up, aren't they?
They're watching this game. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Your trip is here, baby. Your trip is here.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players. And glad to have you, because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Let's go, D. Mike, check 33.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He's got this to his running back, Ty Montgomery. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. They'll run on first down. Hines, he'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Brought down. The tackle made there by Kyler Fackrell.
A gain of 2.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold them to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
2nd and 8. Love. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Love taking a deep shot. And this is caught. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Mecole Hardman with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Prater on to add the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10.
Makes the score Bears 21, Texans 10. Matt Prater is set to kick off.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Now this will make it into the end zone. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Second and 5 at the Bears' 36-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5. Here's Watson. He completes it to Henry. And he'll go down at the 28. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. A 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And this is going to be no good. He misses it off to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And no return for Erickson. Out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll try to left side. It's Hines. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. "13 yards remaining on 2nd down. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 12.
From the gun, Love. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Prater on for the field goal, a 31-yard attempt.
And the 13-year man puts it through And the lead grows to 14 at 24-10. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field. But they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there. You've given yourself a chance. You're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
At the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, here's Watson. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Operating from the gun, Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17.
3 plays and...
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bears take over.
1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hole.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
This is Hines. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. From the gun, Love. Room to run past midfield. Caught by Montgomery. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Ty Montgomery, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as the Bears push further out in front.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Now this will make it into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one. It might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
We're glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
3rd down.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun. Watson. Over the middle, complete. That's Grant. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They will indeed snap it to Watson, and it's complete. Henry. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Texans 1st down.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Watson looks to throw again. Complete. It's Henry. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
2nd and 3 at the 44-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Again, it's Watson. Well, this is caught by Williams.
Watson's pass.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Watson on 3rd down. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. Past the 20.
Bring it! Bring it!
And they will score a pick-6 for Bears touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
And his kick is right through.
Makes the score Bears 38, Texans 10. Matt Prater.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this carries into the end zone. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now, despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play. Now 2nd and 13.
58, boys, 58, 58, Mike. I got you. I got you.
Out of the gun, Watson. It's complete to Williams.
Watson.
6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation points, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
On 2nd down, it's Hines. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
A 1-yard pickup.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Love from the gun. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They throw again on 2nd down. This one's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Let's get it.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. From the gun, Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. On 1st down, Hines. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A stop by Shaquem Griffin. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, The night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
The tackle made back at his own 49.
Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Today's final.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about